Now, I'm not going to show you everyone that put their hands up, we just don't have the time. But here's our chef selection, 30 or so contenders. Their first test, to cook an entree, main and dessert. We'll evaluate each in turn, and for those that succeed at this task, they'll be more ahead. Now, if they go all the way, they get a shot at working here on Ponsonby Road. So we're off to our first contender at the aptly named Cook's Speech on the Coromandel. Nick Stack, just back from London. What can he do? Nick's first course is wonton wrappers containing ocean fresh scallops. But how well are they cooked? Scallops are overcooked a bit, aren't they? All I've got is a very tough texture. Nick's main course is fish cakes in a rather minimalist presentation. The salad here that you served me has no seasoning and no dressing. It hasn't been washed either because he's...
Oh, bro. Oh, stink buzz. Wasn't thinking straight at all.
Fundamental rule. Fundamental. Seasoning, the lettuce, unwashed. It's just, well, it's unacceptable, really. So it's not looking good for Nick. Dessert's a frozen ice bowl with steamed pudding. But where did he get the recipe? Nick! Look,
oh, you found it? Yes, I left that out for you to have a...
Sprung. For a professional chef, it's just not on. Copycat Nick has counted himself out. Next up, Sean, who topped his class at cooking school before starting to cook professionally just a year ago.
Actually, last week was my anniversary, should we say. I've been a chef now for 1 year, so I'm happy about that.
His entree is a fish chowder inside a bun he's made himself.
Here it comes.
Now, I'm very big on the classical way of making a fish soup, using a proper sauce base. Now, how did you make the chowder?
I firstly made a bechamel, boiled the seafood, and with some white wine, some garlic, some herbs, and then combined them together and seasoned to taste. Good technique, but the consistency, look, if I do this, almost there, not quite completing it, the consistency was wrong. So I sort of knew that myself and sort of should have realised that before I went out and sort of plated it up.
Now the main.
Get it all in there.
This is a chicken salad with a crazy citrus flair.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Yep, definitely.
It's just a shame that the lettuce wasn't seasoned, which is
That's just actually probably my fault.
Yeah, it is your fault. A shame that the bacon has overpowered your chicken.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different fruits in there. The flavours, they're all over the show.
Time to redeem myself now. The dessert's where I reckon I'm going to pick up the points.
Well, that's very interesting, but what is it, Sean?
It's a lime tart with mascarpone served on a citrus sort of syrup.
The syrup in it's gorgeous. The presentation, however, is pretty so-so. Mm-hmm. The citrus is overpowering for the actual tart. Mm-hmm. Can you do me the favour of eating this? You happy with that?
It's a little bit overpowering, a little bit too sweet, but saying that, you know, like that's the name of the dish. That's what I went for, you know. I went for like a citrus dish.
Overall, I'm going to give you a 5.
5 out of 10. Game on.
Really nice guy, and love to see him in a couple of years. But let's face it, neither of these boys could cut it in my restaurant. So, I'm setting my sights further afield. To Invercargill, where Mark Elder runs his own restaurant. For our first course, Mark's serving salmon. This is hot smoked, isn't it?
It is. I smoked it with some shavings from a whiskey barrel that I got last night from the butcher. He brought them round after work. Opening up the bag, it was, oh, that real strong whiskey flavour. Ooh.
That Southland Scotch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
okay.
It's fairly sort of hands-on food, mine.
The pita bread I really enjoyed. The capsicum was a fantastic pairing. Worked well with the chilli tomato jam. And the smoked salmon, which has been done over whiskey shavings, with a slight tannic finish at the back of my palate. Already, I think I'm on a great journey here. As a main, Mark's doing venison served with white beans. Is this wild venison?
No, it's always a bit tough.
It's ever so slightly tough. In saying that, the textures on the plate, fantastic. And I noticed you haven't used any type of sauce on this at all.
Yeah, I didn't want to flood it. There's enough juice there with the gazpacho. It's served chilled, so it's, still very juicy, and the avocado and the beans, it's all fresh, bang on the plate.
And you believe in this dish, don't you?
Yeah.
But how much does Mark believe in his dessert? Wow, roasted fruits? There's nothing else to go with this, that's it?
That's us.
So it's a fruit salad, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah. Do you really believe it demonstrates a lot of technical ability?
Depends which technical ability you're looking at. It's tasty, fresh fruit. I mean, with this nice glass of wine, this would still top your night off.
But in the end, it's just fresh fruit. Just a little bit of a letdown. So Mark decides to present take two on his dessert from his regular menu.
Righto. Let's crack into it. Double chocolate brownie tiramisu with some fresh strawberries. The mascarpone is just whipped with some egg yolks, some egg whites, and it's...
That's what I was expecting.
I like it too, yeah.
He's an 8, without a doubt. And the reason being, he's a chef. Even if he took 2 takes on the dessert. Our next contender is Sarah, a former intermediate school teacher who, unlike most of our contenders, doesn't intend to be a chef. She's setting her sights on being a food stylist. First up, a simple dish of steamed cockles with the accent on freshness and natural flavours. This is the style of presentation I like. They're just cockles in their own juices. There is one thing, however. Clams that aren't open are very dangerous to eat. So we might just remove that. And how do the rest of them taste? Very delicate flavours from the cockles. It's slightly spicy. I think you've got chilli in here.
Yeah, a wee bit of chilli.
There's the fresh herbs, the saltiness and the nice creaminess of the cockles. Next, a barbecued lamb salad with char-grilled vegetables and a lime aioli. Thank you, Sarah. Is that pumpkin?
It's actually golden kumara.
Golden kumara.
Yeah.
So you've done it into strips and you've char-grilled it?
Yeah, I've char-grilled. I kind of wanted the sweetness of the sweet corn and the kumara against the rocket underneath. There's a sort of a contrast.
It's a bit burnt, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a wee bit, yeah.
Why'd you serve it?
Yeah, good point.
Fortunately for your sake, the dish is actually quite good.
No, good.
Yeah. Looking good so far. Now for dessert. A saffron ice cream with organic raspberries topped off with a crisp biscuit wafer. Despite Sarah's accent on presentation, her dessert could do with a bit of reconstruction. So I think I'll give it a try.
He's playing with it.
What's wrong with this? Whoops, I'm not sure if that's any better. Yeah, I mean, it's just mucking around, but you can make the shapes and...
Yeah.
Oh dear. But Sarah's efforts earned her a 7 out of 10. Next up in Hell's Kitchen, we go Mexican.
That's the French way to kiss.
Oh, what's the Mexican way? What's the Mexican way?
Just one, like that.
Uncover Jamie's sneaky secrets. Was this your own original idea for this dish? And smoking barbecue delights and disasters. This is a pre-made Caesar salad.
Oh dear.
You're not doing too well, are you, Don?